Let's talk more about food security in Nigeria. And joining us is the National Coordinator and CEO of Auda-NEPAD Nigeria, Princess Gloria Akobundu. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Well, global hunger is rising, and now the federal government of Nigeria has declared a state of emergency on food security. What's a reaction to that intervention?
Thank you very much for having me. You said it all, the federal government has declared food emergency in Nigeria, and the present administration, under His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has said food security is priority to his government. And to match words with action, he further declared emergency on food security. And you can agree with me that globally, not just Nigeria or Africa, the entire world is suffering from food scarcity. So going forward, what do we need to do? African Union Development Agency, of which one of the key priority or mandate of NEPAD is to implement African Union Agenda 2063. And that African Union Agenda 2063 takes food security, which we now call food systems, as priority as well. And if you also look at the 8-point agenda of Mr. President, all boils down to economic growth, ending hunger, ending poverty, security, food security, among others. And the agencies he created, especially the blue economy, is also a viable tool to achieving all this. So we have today decided to bring in, to put together high-level strategic engagement on food security, climate change, and resource mobilization, bringing together our development partners, key critical stakeholders from Nigeria, outside Nigeria, African Union, member states, and globally, development partners, civil society, very high level actually, to harness the outdoors meetings, most importantly, the recent concluded one at COP28, where the same agenda, the same topic is being discussed, going forward, how to ensure that there is food sufficiency, that not just in Africa, globally, in the world. So we have a lot to do, looking at the population of Nigeria, and which made up of 62 or about 62% of young people. And we're talking about joblessness. How can we be talking about joblessness? How can we be talking about lack of job for our young people? So African Union Development Agency with our partners and development partners and critical stakeholders has decided to push this further by putting together mechanism and methodology that can realize this agenda and ensure that Nigeria implements food system projects in Nigeria successfully.
That's critical, Princess Akobundu. If I may quickly butt in, please. If I may quickly butt in. I would like you to really tell us more about this strategic engagement, because I see that you're focusing on smallholder farmers. So how exactly do you select who benefits from the interventions you're making, and how really are the funds disbursed to them?
Thank you. The smallholder farmers, oftentimes we focus much on the bigger players, but forgetting that these smallholder farmers are actually the people providing the immediate food on our table. And it's possible to get them on board by giving them the required technical training, giving them the required resources, providing security, and also access to market, training them on food value chain, start to finish, from farm to production to preservation to processing to market, and then forming them in value chain, that's in the cooperative for reporting back and monitoring and evaluation. Actually, what we've done in the past was to get the commitments of the state governors, which they did. And then the land availability, they signed the agreement. They also provided certain percentage of funding. And with them together, we've been able to accredit these required farmers across the states. We have over 45,000 smallholder farmers accredited, identified, with their names, their details, and their local government, their communities, and even up to getting the traditional rulers of their various community at identifying them. So what do we need to do to mobilize the required technical know-how, requires mechanized equipment, the training aspect of it, and the resources? We have commercial banks working with us, of which the process and the methodology we use is going to identify them directly. It comes from where it's coming from with the commercial bank as our partners, and then going straight to the local farmers. So it's a full value chain we have designed, and with the process and mechanism, the methodology we put together, will actually help us actualize this project in the right direction without missing any proactive or effective method that can make it a success in Nigeria. And the target of it is to get young people.
You have spoken extensively about this, and as a high-level strategic meeting enters the 2 on Tuesday, we look forward to receiving the resolutions and how it would impact our drive for a food-secure Nigeria. Princess Gloria Akobundu is National Coordinator and CEO, Auda-NEPAD Nigeria. Thank you very much for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
Thank you for having me.